My story does not begin in a corner office with a view. It begins in the projects of Canarsie, Brooklyn. I was a kid who saw the world from the ground up in a place where dreams felt distant and out of reach. We lived in a small apartment full of love, but always worried about making ends meet. I watched my father, a hard-working truck driver, get knocked down again and again. I watched him lose his job, lose his dignity after an accident. With that, our family lost its income and our health insurance. That image is burned into my memory, a defining moment that shaped me. The helplessness in my father's eyes ignited a fire inside me. I promised I wouldn't let people I cared about feel that despair. I promised that if I ever could build something or lead a company, I would do it differently. I would build a place where people were treated with respect and dignity, where they felt valued. My path eventually led me to a small coffee bean store in Seattle called Starbucks. At the time, I was working for a company that sold kitchen equipment, and I noticed this little store was ordering an unusual number of our drip coffee makers. Curiosity got the better of me, and I had to see it for myself. When I walked through the door for the first time, I was hit by the incredible aroma of freshly roasted coffee. It was a sensory experience unlike any other. The founders had a deep passion for coffee, sourcing the best beans from around the world. My real epiphany came during a business trip to Italy. I was captivated by the romance and theater of the Italian espresso bars. On every corner, there was a small cafe that served as the local hub. The baristas knew their customers by name, greeting them with a smile and crafting their perfect espresso with skill and artistry. The founders' rejection was a major setback, but my belief in the vision was too strong to let go. If they wouldn't do it, I knew I had to do it myself. I made the difficult decision to leave Starbucks and start my own coffee bar concept, which I named Il Giornale. This was an enormous risk. I had a young family to support. I was leaving a secure, well-paying job. Raising money was one of the hardest things I have ever done. I talked to 242 potential investors, 217 of them said no. Finally, I scraped together enough capital to open the first Il Giornale. It was a small, standing room-only bar. We served lattes. We served cappuccinos, in a world dominated by cheap diner coffee. Slowly, people started to respond. They embraced the experience. A couple of years later, an opportunity arose that would change everything. The original owners of Starbucks decided to sell their retail stores. I knew I had to buy Starbucks and merge it with my Il Giornale vision. It was a race against time. Miraculously, we did it. I was able to purchase Starbucks and fulfill my original vision. From the very beginning, I was determined to build a different kind of company. It was never just about the coffee or the profits. It was about the people. I remembered my father and the promise I made to myself all those years ago in Brooklyn. I wanted to build a company that he would have been proud to work for. That's why one of the first things we did was offer comprehensive health benefits to all our employees, including part-time workers. This was unheard of at the time, and many on Wall Street told me it was a mistake that would hurt our bottom line. But for me, it was non-negotiable. It was the right thing to do. This commitment to our employees, whom we call partners, became the bedrock of our culture. We introduced Beanstalk, a stock option program that made every partner a part owner in the company. As Starbucks grew from a handful of stores in Seattle to a global phenomenon, we worked hard to maintain that people-first culture. My journey from the housing projects of Brooklyn to the boardrooms of a global company proves that the American dream is not a myth. It is alive and well, but it is not given, it is earned. It is built on a foundation of relentless hard work, unwavering passion, and the courage to take risks on a vision that only you can see. No matter where you start in life, you have the power to write your own story. You must believe in the power of your dreams, pour your heart into your work, and never ever give up. Success is not an entitlement, but with grit and determination, it is within reach for anyone.